And just a quick hands up on your button if you've received that link that I linked to chat. If you have that, please click your hand up so I know who I need to resend the link to. The link that I sent is for the forum at the One Education forums. Thanks, Anne. So most of us have got it. Let me send it again just in case, because there's still a few that just joined in. Okay, so this forum link actually goes straight onto these topics here, where you can see what the next topics are for next week, and it kind of steals from my thunder because we're actually getting Literacy Planet for free for the rest of the year, as well as Schoolbo for free, pretty much forever. So there you go, folks. Awesome. Okay, I'm just going to put that down. So to start us off, I would like to put a poll together. Hang on a sec. Well, that's a bit bizarre. It doesn't actually have the poll. Never mind. Let me put that aside. Cool. Cool. All right, let me put that away. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at, firstly, one of my favorite nerdy apps. It's called your MyScript calculator. Okay, and after MyScript calculator, we're going to talk about the WPS software, and I'm going to link that to our cloud drives and how to save. And that basically talks about the ES File Explorer as well. So folks, one really, really big assumption that I'm making is that your EXO, number one, is already an Android. And number two, your EXO is connected to the internet. So those are the two huge assumptions that I'm making. If you have any issues about those, please feel free to visit our past webinars, and the past webinars can be found excuse me, sorry. And the past webinars, see somewhere. Sorry about that, guys. You know what? Let me just do Control F. Here we go. Yeah. Excuse me. Alternatively, you guys can actually go to YouTube and yeah, find us on YouTube. Become a subscriber to our channel, and we update that every week with the webinars with what we've done. Okay. Now, let's get started with a little bit of mathematics, eh? I'm actually a big fan of maths. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually training to be a math teacher, and yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. I especially like the fact that the students, once they get something, their eyes kind of light up a bit. It's really cool. Now, sorry folks, I'm just trying to get that sorted. Technology, bane of my existence, folks. Sorry guys, I'm just having a bit of issues with my here we go. I'm just connecting to my EXO real quick. Okay. Right. Now, to get started, let's click this button here, and we want to use the calculator app, this one here. Now, this is my script calculator, okay? And what this does, it allows you to write your numbers, and it will recognize it as numbers and transpose it onto a digital format. What do I mean? So if I write 2 times 7 equals, pretty cool, huh? Now, even better, if I do this, oops, sorry about that. Yeah, just, you can even go and have higher functions by doing square roots, and you can even have pi, my favorite food and my favorite number. Okay, sorry, folks. Um, right. How's that? Can you guys see the my script calculator now? I'm so sorry, guys. Like I said, technology is I work in technology, and even and it still messes me around. I apologize. So let's kind of rehash where we're at. So on your homepage, what you need to do is just tap on the XO man down there in the middle, and tap on the calculator button, the one with the square root of 3. Tap on that, and you get the MyScript calculator. Now, I've had teachers say, so how are you going to use this for the students? Well, you know what? The limit is your imagination, basically. What I can advise you to do is, say, for example, my daughter's in year 1 and she's learning how to add, subtract, and multiply and divide. What I do is I get her one of the problems and I go, okay, well, you know what? Your teacher says you need to learn how to divide 16 by 4. Okay, let's scratch that one. There you go. And it also teaches them how to write properly. So when they have the practicing the numbers and so on. Hi, Ashley. I'm going to unmute you now. G'day, Ashley. Ashley, we can hear you, mate. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to quickly mute you again. um. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly. All right. Could you guys hear me? Folks, if you can actually hear me, just raise your hand. Cool. Thanks. Thanks. Okay. Hmm, that's interesting. Okay, there you go. So, Ashley, you had a question? Ashley Harris, you're unmuted.
Hi, John. I just couldn't hear. That was all.
Ah, fair enough. Not a problem. All right, mate, I'll put you on mute again.
Okay.
Brilliant. All right, guys. So moving on. So this is basically one way you can use the XR is by teaching children how to be able to write the numbers and what they will look like. Not just typing it out, not just tapping a screen, but actually using their fingertips to create numbers. So if you're teaching them fractions, you can do that, or even, which is pretty cool. Okay. So that's the MyScript calculator, and that comes already pre-installed with your XR. If you do not have the MyScript calculator, it'll be very, very important for you to come and visit us on, hold on a second. Please come and visit us on the forums. And once you're on the forums, all you need to do is just either create a new topic, which is here, or if you don't want to do that, you can actually give us a call and hold on a second. If you'd like to actually give us a call, we've got our details right there. Okay, but please note, I will do my best to be able to get in touch with everyone via email or anything like that. So we've got multiple ways of getting in touch. So if you do not have any of the apps that I'm showing you, that I claim to have pre-installed on your XOs, let me know so we can send you the file. Okay. Otherwise, it might be best for you to actually re-download the latest build. So on the actual support page, now this is the support page. Okay. Now this support page has everything you need to know about the XOs, how to install the latest build, how to connect to the internet, how to set up your XO ID, that type of thing, installing apps, everything's there. Okay. What you do need to do, however, is to make sure that if you've got a question, check the support page first. And if it's not there, have a look at the forums as well. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll quickly go ahead and assume everybody's got the latest build. If not, again, guys, go to the support page and click on installing the latest Exosystem 2 and just follow the instructions that Jay already has there. Okay. So moving on from there, the next topic we will be talking about is having your presentation software, your Excel or spreadsheet software, and a word processor, and how you actually save that to a USB or save that to the cloud. Okay, so as you can see with the XO, you've got oh, hang on, hello, what's this? There we go. With the XO, you've actually got something called the WPS software pre-installed. Now, it does not matter what build you're using; it'll come pre-installed for everybody. Okay, so just tapping on that icon, you'd be able to then see all of the choices you can have. You can have a word processing suite. You can have a PowerPoint or a spreadsheet. You can choose where to save it. So getting started to the bare basics, if I want to create an Excel spreadsheet, say for example, you're teaching the children a bit of demographics or you're teaching the children how to do a graph, you can actually do an Excel spreadsheet, XLS, and this has all of the basic functions of Excel, right? Almost up to and including pivot tables. So it's fairly popular and it's incredibly versatile. Okay. So if you'd like to save it, just press on that button there. Oops, sorry. Let me just cancel that so you can have a look. Press on that button there. I normally save it to my documents and that's the default. Sorry. My highlighter is not working. There you go. My documents. And I'm going to name this JV webinar trial. And if you see here, you can select what type of file you can save it as. If you want the latest form of Excel, you can use it as XLSX, XLS, CSV, or even a PDF. So any questions so far? What do you think, teachers? Do you reckon you guys can use that? Screen sharing. So Ashley just asked, how do you screen share the Android device? Now, this is using something called Droid VNC. Okay. Yes, definitely. Now, what you do need to do though is if you are interested in getting this device broadcasted on the interactive whiteboard, I believe Jay actually has a how-to on doing that. Bear with me for a moment, folks. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm on the forums. I'm on the One Education support page. Okay. Just going to quickly search for Droid VNC. Let's see if they have it here. Oops. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So when you actually search on this bar, it actually shows you the searches on the forums as well. So I'm just putting that on a new tab. And you actually get to see the explanation that we have. And this fella here, Colin, he's actually one of the teachers in one of the schools we have, Quakers Hill. So that's pretty cool that the teachers themselves are helping each other out, which is awesome. Yeah, so Ashley, what we'll do, hang on, let me actually unmute you so we can have a one-on-one conversation. G'day, Ashley.
Hi, how you going?
Doing well, mate. Doing well. So if you actually visit the One Education forums, or just go to the support page, type Droid VNC or screen sharing or display, it'll show up on the results. And one of my favorite ones is display the XOs on data projectors. And hang on a sec. So we've got the links on on where to install the APK from, and Niraj, he's our quality, our IT quality quality guy. He's actually got the steps here for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I used to just play the odd build by VNC viewer like hour through my Mac and a
Mm,
VGA, and then
yeah,
I had to do a whole bunch of stuff for that, and that obviously got deleted with the new build. But I love the kids. Like I got little ones, and they follow the instructions really well if you can display it all.
yeah.
And they can go off and do it themselves. So
What is cool though is because we've had, I think it was, starts with an R, Roos Public School. What they've done is they've got the teacher running Chrome on their interactive whiteboard, and it's already running the VNC
yep.
viewer. And so the teacher goes, all right, such and such child, it's your turn to do the presentation. The child just runs the XO, right? And the
Yeah.
teacher goes,
Yeah.
what's your IP address? And everyone can see
Okay.
the child manipulating the XO on the big screen. It's kind of like having Apple TV.
Oh, so you can share through Chrome.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I can figure that out. That's cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
there you go.
Yeah.
So Ashley, just have a bit of a read on this on the forums about this post, and please feel free to contribute. We'd love for all of you guys to be contributors to here.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, that'd be excellent.
Beauty. All right, guys.
Thank you. Sorry to hide.
No, that's fine.
Thank
Look,
you.
this is what I'm here for. All right, mate, I'm going to meet you now. Fantastic. This is what really gets me excited is other teachers helping each other. And just to let you know, Colin is an absolute tech head. Love the guy. And he's a wealth of knowledge, and so is this person here, Jane West. If any of you folks are from Queensland, she's given me authority to disclose her email address. And if you'd like to get in touch with her, she normally runs in services for Cairns and the surrounding suburbs up there. Look, geography is my worst subject. I don't know where Brisbane is or Gold Coast is or Cairns. All I know is in Queensland. So I'm sorry. That's what I know. All right, folks. Let me quickly get back on topic. So back onto the XO. So basically, you can save this as a PDF. You can save it as any of these files here. Now, what about literacy? How about we teach these children a bit of storytelling? And instead of teaching them, besides teaching these children how to write, let's teach the students how to use a word processor. You've got two choices. You can have them do a presentation. You can have them do an actual document. So what I'll do, let me quickly show the document file because I already have a document prepared beforehand. Okay. Oops, sorry. So once I've done my document and I would want to save it, when you actually press file, you can either press file, goodness, there you go, file, or just this save icon here. And you've got all of the choices again, PDF, save as, encrypt, share. Now, folks, just to let you know, the print button will not work. We've made it a point not to have the print button working. Main reason is Google hasn't fully stabilized the use of air printing yet. Just as if you've got an iPad, you want to print from your iPad, well, you have to save it as a file, email it to yourself, or email it to the teacher. Here at One Education, especially using the XOs, what you need to do is get yourself a USB, plug it onto your device. So in this case, if you notice, it'll say prepping USB storage on the upper left-hand side. Okay. Now that it's prepped, I'm going to save my file. So let's pretend I saved my file. Now, I want my teacher to I want my student to hand that homework, and I'm going to print it out so they can see because they've done such a good job. Head on over to the ES File Explorer. Once you're there, go to local, right there, then go to home. And once you're at home, you can see your My Docs folder right there. right? Now, what I'll do is I'll press and hold until you see it selected. And once you've seen it selected, just either copy, cut, either which. So in this case, I will select copy. Go to my USB storage. Oops, wrong one. And then I'm going to paste the key. Cool. So teachers, any questions so far? So folks, what I've just shown you, as far as I can remember, these are all 100% standalone and already pre-installed on your XRs. So the students can then have a bit of a play, and they can also uh, do their stories. They can take pictures and they can embed them on the they can embed them on their documents. Have a play of WPS. It's a very, very powerful app. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed, but when we're here on the main page for WPS, I actually have, I'm going to use my highlighter. I actually have these. Oops, can't see them. Sorry, guys. I have these, right? It basically directs me where I can save. At the moment, you can't save from WPS directly onto USB. You will need to use ES File Explorer. Lord knows we're trying to talk to the developers, but see how we go from there. But at the moment, you can actually select either Google Drive, Dropbox, or any other mode of cloud storage. Now, as I mentioned before, I know New South Wales uses cloud storage. They're somehow allowed to do so. And there are some South Australian schools that has cloud storage because they're using the dual ISP method. Um, so it depends on what state you're in. I believe Queensland's still a bit strict on that, and so is WA. Um, but folks, an important thing to note is when you select cloud storage, please make sure you are within the school's policy where you're working. If the school doesn't like clouds, please don't do it. But if the school allows it, click on cloud storage, and you can select either Dropbox, Box, OneDrive, Evernote, doesn't matter. Now let's pretend you have OneDrive. I'm going to click on OneDrive. It's going to ask me to sign in. Put in your Microsoft account details there, your password, and that's it. You've signed in. Done. And once you're there, so I've already previously signed into Google Drive. So that's another cloud savings, another cloud drive you can access. So once you're there, you can actually, say for example, get the files extracted. So I'm just going to quickly see if there's any more Excel files I can safely open. Okay, so I can't really I can't really open any of those other files because they're kind of confidential. But just to give you an idea, if I want to open, say for example, this Android tutorial, okay, it's going to download the actual file onto my device, load it up, and you can either edit, manipulate, and save these PowerPoints on your device. There you go. So fairly powerful stuff, folks. Fairly powerful stuff. So I'll open the floor now, teachers. Any comments or any questions you guys would like to ask? Can you guys still hear me? Okay, so I'm just going to quickly close this one. So, folks, before I let you go, we're almost done. What we've done so far is we've discussed the ES File Explorer, we've discussed the WPS software, and we've discussed the the cloud servers and how to access Google Apps and Microsoft OneDrive. So when you're actually, um, sorry, let me backtrack. I believe that there are some schools that have access to Microsoft 365. Um, oh, you're welcome, Kate. You're welcome. Kate just said thanks for about the USB. So, folks, if your school uses Microsoft 365, you can easily use the WPS software instead of the Microsoft 365. The reason is you can save the file from WPS to be cross compatible to your Microsoft device. So it doesn't matter where you do your work, the student can still use either which program. Okay? So I hope I kind of stressed that enough because you don't have to worry. It's not either Microsoft 365 or WPS. You can use both. That's fine. We Microsoft hasn't allowed us to use the APK for 365 on Android just yet. Um, see how we go. We'll see how we go. Now, folks, when it comes to the XO, there's also the issue that some of the schools, right? Some of the schools are having 3 to 4 students to one XR. So that's why I've actually added here multiple users, single users, and collaborative work. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll quickly go back to the support page. Okay. Now, my colleague Louisa, she's my offsider. So I'm not sure if you know, folks, I'm actually studying to become a high school teacher, and I'm on placement at the moment. So I'm not at the office. Um, Busy teaching year 9 and year 10 kids how to blow up the lab as a physics and maths and chemistry teacher. So, but what Louisa have done, Louisa's made a Google account tutorial. So when you go to the support page, you can just click on add how to add a Google account. Okay. Now, some of these are very New South Wales centric. Main reason is New South Wales has allowed the teachers to add the Google um, their logins, their emails are linked to Google already. So if you don't know about that, please contact your IT provider right away so you can benefit from it. If you'd like to know more, we can point you to the right direction, but we've got very, very limited support in that case. Okay. We support the XO, we support the free apps that we manage to get given, but when it comes to other apps or other logins such as these, we highly rely on the community, specifically you teachers, to help us out with that. Okay. So folks, just follow the instructions that Louisa has here to add a Google account. So go to settings and actually, you know what? Let me do it live so you can see it. And when we get to the stage that I can't go live anymore, I'll I'll revert back to Lewis's what Lewis has done. So on this corner, what you need to do is actually swipe all the way down from the top. Okay. and then tap on Settings. Once you're in Settings, you're going to want to scroll until you see Add Account. So when you tap Add Account, you can choose to have a Google account, another email, some sort of corporate account, some sort of email account, personal, IMAP, or POP3. If you don't know what they mean, don't worry about it. They're basically code for what type of email you can add on. So in this example, let's click Google. So I just tapped on Google, and it asks you, do you want to use a new one or do you have an existing one? Now, if you're a teacher in New South Wales, just click existing. Okay. There are some cases where, say for example, a Queensland or South Australia school wants to have what they call a class Gmail login. When that happens, you can call us at the office to talk you through it, or you can just click on as normal and just type in your email and password, and that'll work fine. Okay. However, for those of you with a .edu email, you need to click on these three buttons here. Once you tap on that, it says browser sign in. Click on OK. Now, I'm using my daughter's login here. Now, in New South Wales, instead of using at DET, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one, at education.nsw.gov.au. Okay. I have no idea why they chose to do that. It is what it is, basically. Just putting in her password and signing in. And you get to this New South Wales Department of Education and Communities, and you get to the portal. So in this case, I'm going to go back to what Louisa did because I can't go any further from that. I don't really want to use my daughter's login to in that manner. I'll get in trouble. Okay. In this case, what you're going to do now is on the username and the password, as you see here, that is your standard internet login. So your first name dot last name at DET username and the password that just normally logs you onto the network. And that's basically it. Once that's all completed, you have access to Google Drive, you have access to Google Apps. And our friends from a different state, it might be worth having a look at dual ISP for South Australia, or having a separate Gmail account for your whole class if you're in other states. Okay. So, folks, that's basically the webinar. I just wanted to reiterate two more things before I let you go. Number one, we will have a webinar every week until the term finishes, which is really cool. And next week, I'm going to talk about, I don't believe we can actually talk about that just yet because it's not applicable to everyone in Australia, but there is something called the XOID and the XO community. Okay. So what that basically means is I want to link you with other teachers around the country. So if you've got great ideas, I would appreciate if you could just please put it on the forums, put it on the One Network. The One Network is basically when you share apps that you find interesting, and learn more about the apps. So here you go, folks. Just have a look. Okay. And that's just basically this website here, one-network.org. So next week, folks, what we're going to do is introduce you to the community, teach you how to extract APKs and basic functions, printing, screenshots, that type of thing from your XR. Okay. Please feel free to email me. Folks, after the webinar is finished, we actually have a follow-up email that's automatic, and it actually has a space for you to give me a direct response. Tell me what you think, basically. And I would appreciate it if you could fill it in as best you could. Tell me what I did well. Tell me how I can improve. And most importantly, tell me if there's any other topics you would love for me to cover. If there's an app that you'd like for me to have a look at, let me know right away. That's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. Have fun. And if you have questions and queries, I'm going to be available on email only, unfortunately. But my colleagues, Louisa and Jay, would be available for you to call. The phone numbers just there on the website. Have a look. Next week, guys, it's going to be great. Sign up. Make sure you're there. And the recording should be available on Monday or Wednesday next week. That should be up and running on the website. All right, folks, all the best. Have a great afternoon. And for your USB sticks, please please contact head office, and they'll be able to send off those USB sticks for you. All right, guys, leave you to it. Any last questions before I let you go? Anyone want to raise their hand if they'd like to ask a question? Not really. Okay, leave you to it, folks. Have a great evening. Thanks, Kate. I'm enjoying my practice. I really am. Cool. All right, folks, logging off. Good night.